2020 was a good year to be a Rogue fan. The team made the spring playoffs, but summer was where they really shone, finishing first in the regular season after duking it out with Mad Lions for weeks on end, and finished third in the playoffs, securing them enough championship points to make it to Worlds for the first time ever. Sure, Worlds might have fallen a little bit flat for Rogue, but my point stands. Rogue fans will be justifiably excited going into 2021. But this isn't going to be the same Rogue team we saw in Shanghai, so that does beg the question, what should we expect from Rogue this year? First off, let's talk about who's remained on the team. Rogue has kept hold of the core of their squad. Their jungler Inspired, mid laner Larson and AD carry Han Summer have confirmed to be staying with the team for the next season. This is some really great business. These three are undoubtedly receiving a lot of attention from teams in both BU and NA, so to keep hold of these three will already put Rogue at a pretty big advantage for next season. Inspired, Larson and Han Summer were all among the highest scorers in our fantasy game last year, and going into 2021, you'd do pretty well to grab one or even more of these guys in drafting. Now, the squad has made a couple of changes. Finn, the team's top laner, left the team at the start of the free agency period in November to join CLG over in America, and Vanda has left the team to play support for Misfits next year. Finn was arguably the weakest member of Rogue for the 2020 season, and was often at the receiving end of a bit of a spanking by other top laners. On a team that was top 2 in the region for a decent chunk of the year, a top laner who was behind in farm, XP and gold by 15 minutes in 65.7% of his games, it's not a good look. I could see the plan of Rogue upgrading their top lane happening for some time. Vanda, however, took me by surprise. I thought he was incredibly solid support and a great pairing for Han Summer. KD wise as well, Vanda was among the best supports in the West, with an average 3.9 in Season 10. Vanda's champion pool is also incredibly versatile and works really well with Han Summer. This year he played 11 different champions and done well on most, if not all of them. Letting go of him was a definite confusion point for me. But let's talk about their replacements. In top, Rogue replaced Finn with Schalke 04's Odo. Odo's a great pickup for the team, no two ways about it. He's a player that's as happy on carries as he is on tanks, meaning the team don't really need to draft with him in mind. He'll just fill whatever hole is left in the draft with no real problem at all. Odo is also a serial lane winner. Despite being on Schalke, who were doing horribly for most of the year before the Miracle run, Odo was ahead in his lane in 68% of games, and on average sat a whole wave of minions ahead of his opponents at 15 minutes. I think a dose of Odo is just what the doctor ordered for Rogue. In support, Rogue have promoted Trimby from AGO Rogue, their regional roster. Trimby's an unknown quantity. He was smurfing in regional leagues and had a 5.9 KD overall, which is much better than Vanda, and has a similarly varied champion pool as Vanda does. However, there's a huge jump between the ERLs and the LEC, and for every player that hits the ground running in the LEC, there are 5 players that are going to faceplant at the starting line. Trimby has the potential to be really big and exceed the ceiling set by Vanda, but I would have preferred to see him split time with Vanda this year and learn from him to ease him into LEC life. Overall, I think this is a really strong roster. Rogue managed to keep hold of their ultra successful core players, offloaded some deadwood, and gave a rookie with insane potential a chance to shine. Viewers should expect this roster to be just as good as they were in summer 2020, if not slightly better. We've got our first dark horse for the LEC title, lads. Well, that about wraps things up for this episode. Do you agree with the analysis I gave here, or do you think we've rated Rogue too highly, or not highly enough? Let us know in the comments. And tell us what team you'd like to see broken down next. We'll see you soon.